Hello, everyone. I know this is a live during the day. So I'm just going to wait a little while people come on. It's 12 p.m. here in New Zealand. So it's going to be about 8 a.m. in Singapore and Hong Kong and 1 a.m. in the UK and Ireland. So just waiting until a few people come on. So what I'm going to do is just to remind everyone, you don't have to do this all the time, okay? If you've done it once on our live, you do not have to do it again, but we are broadcasting using StreamYard. So what you need to do is you need to click on the link that is in the comments, okay? Click on the link that's in the comments. Now that gives StreamYard, and it's approved for StreamYard to see your face and your comments and questions. So that if you've got any questions, I can see it pop up and I can ask those questions to our special guest, Brian Yap, today. Now, Brian he's going to tell you a little bit about himself anyway, and he's changing career, okay, from a real good career pathway, but it's going to be interesting to hear his story of why the change, okay? So like I said, please, when you're coming on, hello everyone that's coming on, just say hello. Tell me where you're coming in from in the comments. But first off, click on the link in the comments where I have put StreamYard.com/Facebook. Give StreamYard permission to see your comments and questions and everything like that, and then I can see them and I can ask those questions, okay? So click on that, give permission, and you don't have to do it again, only once, okay, because you've already given permission. And please comment. I love to see where you're all coming in from, whether it's in New Zealand, Australia, Hong Kong, Singapore, Malaysia, the US, Canada, Ireland, and UK. You know, never know, some of you out there might be awake, might be still awake at 1 a.m. over there in the UK and Ireland. So welcome everyone that's coming on. I am going to bring on our special guest, Brian Yap, now. Okay, so just bear with me.
Right. Hello, everyone.
Hi, Brian. Welcome,
Hi,
Brian. How are
you? I'm good.
Well, thank you so much for joining us today. It's a little bit early over there in Malaysia, isn't it? 8 a.m.?
Yes, 8 a.m. right here.
8 a.m. Wow. Thank you so much for your time to actually just jump on and have a bit of a chat with us, because you've got a bit of interesting kind of like story. Your career, where you're at, is something people would think, why are you changing your career? But I'm going to like hand this over to you just to share a little bit about, hi everyone coming in from New Zealand there. Hello Mia, hello Juanita. So just share a little bit about your backstory, your story, like where you've come from, Brian, your career, and the why. The why behind the switch into IT of wanting to be a software developer now.
Okay, all right. So basically, I graduated from dentistry in 2015. So I've worked in dentistry for 2 years, a year in the public service, and then 2 years in private. And then, I was hearing a lot of, digital, a lot of digital changes, like, innovations in the digital economy. Everyone's actually buzz about, using mobile devices to get digital services. And so that's the reason, why I wanted to actually, go into this in the software industry. So even though I was actually halfway, actually quite established in dentistry already, and many people do ask me why I actually wanted to switch into software, because it's always been there. It's this passion that I have for software. And I've never actually acted on it, but all these while since 2010, I've been learning a little bit about HTML and CSS, but I've never really gotten myself to actually to act on this passion that I actually have. So
so way back then you had it. So you had it way back then, but you kept going with your dentistry. Wow.
Yes.
Good on you for stepping out and knowing that this is your passion.
Yep.
And so you did, it sounds like you did a little bit, like you said, you did a little bit of self-study.
Yes, I did a bit of self-study online. So it was all the rage back then. I think in 2012 or so, there were a lot of resources online that teaches you, HTML, like Codecademy. I know that,
Yes.
but those are actually very, beginner level stuff. So as I, discovered that, maybe this is something interesting that I actually like to pursue in the future.
Mm.
So, I actually learned from that, and then I discovered that they actually have that you guys actually have this fully mentored internship program. You know, so
Yes.
that so that's
Yes.
the reason why I actually enrolled in your program. And it's not just HTML and CSS, but you get to do you get mentor on things like the database programming, involving SQL Server, and these are actually not taught, and these are actually not taught anywhere else, but on your program, I believe.
Yeah. Because you've done so everyone, just so you know, Brian has completed the 6-week job ready program, a software developer job ready program, and now he's gone over into the internship side of things. So in there, it's fully mentored, and where you're at, you're completing your onboarding still. You've got a little bit of just a little bit more to do, haven't you, Brian?
A little bit more to do on the onboarding.
Yeah. And like I said to you when we were having a bit of a chat before we came on, everyone's different. And that means that, some people might take a little bit longer onboarding into when they're on the internship side of things, but that's okay. That's totally okay. The great thing as well is that the internship is flexible. It's flexible. So I would say around 85-90% of our participants that then move over to the internship are like still full-time working because they need to put bread and butter on their table and keep a roof over their head. And so there's that flexibility in there as well. So obviously the more time you can commit to it, then the quicker you're going to, I suppose, evolve into the advanced tasks into the project.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's the beauty of the program.
Yeah. So just share with everyone, Brian, how did you, coming from a completely, like you did a little bit of, self-study, right? With HTML, CSS and that stuff. And you came into the software developer job ready program. How did you find that, coming, how did you find that coming in there for those 6 weeks?
Could you repeat that? Like, what do you
so
mean?
those
Like
6 weeks in that job ready program for yourself, how did you find that? Because obviously there's people that sometimes have a lot of background or education in IT or software development. They've graduated from something. How did you find that going through your 6 weeks? Well, now we record it as well, so you can review it, and because sometimes you can't. When you're watching something or you're learning stuff, you can't absorb it as quick as sometimes you can review it. So, but how did you find doing the 6-week job ready program?
I find it's quite smooth actually, in the sense that a lot of support was actually given, and I find it actually quite okay, and I do very like the pace at which they actually guide us, and a lot of the opportunities to actually to ask questions during the 6-week program.
Yes. Wow. In that respect, how did you find doing it? Because all of our job ready programs are run live via Zoom. So it's like you're in a classroom, but you're at home on your laptop. How did you find that, Brian? How did you find that experience?
Yeah, this is a totally novel experience for me, because I've never done teleconferencing before prior to this, and I think it is effective, and I like the way that you could actually it's as if the person is just right next to you, so there's actually absolutely no difference being in the office or being at your own homes in front of a computer and talking to your instructor or your mentor or your colleagues. Yes. So yeah, I kind of like it.
Oh, cool. That was awesome. Because it is, you can interact and everything like that still with your tutor and ask questions. And also, everyone, so that you understand how we communicate as well, is we use Slack as a communication channel. So when you join your program, you have an actual allocated Slack channel for that program and that intake. So you start to build relationships within that community in that Slack channel as well, and you actually end up helping each other. So which is it's so good, because it actually helps you. It starts to prepare you to work in a team.
Yes, that's right, Carla.
Because when you get in there into your internship, you're going to have to work as a team, because we're getting you job ready to go out into the marketplace. And you're going to be working in teams. So learning how to communicate, learning how to help and give feedback in Scrum meetings, etc., like that. Awesome. So what kind of things, just tell everyone what kind of things you learnt at the 6-week job ready program.
Basically, it's about HTML, CSS, and of course about SQL Server, Microsoft SQL Server, how you use that in it for the database, and also new frameworks for the front end, such as React. You actually use it to actually get more interactive websites, which are actually fresh, which has a fresher design. And not just that, we also learn about the the C# and the .NET framework, basically. .NET framework.
Yeah. I know you learn a lot in 6 weeks, but we're just getting you up to a point so that you're ready to actually go into your internship. So that is the beauty of doing that 6-week job ready program, and then straight into applying the knowledge, because it's like taking action on what you've learned, which is always the best way when you're learning. It's like learning and then applying your knowledge to a real world commercial scale projects. So that's what MVP Studio have, everyone. They have commercial scale projects that you get to work on.
Yes, that's right.
How far away, Brian, are you, do you think, to finishing your onboarding with the internship before you go into your advanced tasks?
I suppose in about a week or so.
A week or so. Oh wow, you're very close. Good on you, Brian. Good on. So everyone, have you got any questions? What questions have you got out there, everyone? I know there's a few of you there. If you've got any questions, we're here to answer your questions live. It's always good to be able to answer questions right here live. So if you've got any questions, please ask them, because that's what we're here for as well. So Brian, what would you, if someone's thinking, let's go down this question. If someone's thinking of, obviously you came from dentistry, a real career pathway change. Someone that is changing career, what are some tips that you would give them, having gone to this point?
Yeah, I'd say, well, if you have a little bit of a background on the HTML and CSS, that'll be great. And of course, I think the major challenge for me, for someone who actually hasn't done .NET before, is to actually, require a little bit more time in understanding the concepts which are actually inherent in the .NET framework. And of course, figuring out how React works, that is also a little bit of a challenge for me, as a total beginner in using frameworks for software development. But yeah, apart from that, I think I'm enjoying the process so far. I know, learning and then trying out new designs and trying to make things work. Yeah.
Wonderful. I think that's a big thing, Brian, is that if you've got the right attitude to learning and being open to learning and the right attitude towards it, you're always going to be able to absorb that knowledge and keep learning. It's great to have an open learning mindset. It's all about the mindset when you go into this.
Right, that's right.
And be committed to the journey, because it is a journey. It is a journey, everyone. It's not a bam one day and then boom,
Yeah, definitely.
It's a journey. It's a journey, and enjoy that journey. Enjoy the journey.
Right.
Would you say that would be kind of something that you would say, Brian?
Yes, absolutely. Yes, and in addition, I like to say that it is a you would require commitment, to what you're actually trying to do, especially if this is your passion. You're learning new things every single day. Yes, and yeah.
Yeah. Oh, thank you for that. Exactly. You're learning something every day, and that's the beauty of when you are going into your internship as well, because especially as a software developer, technologies are always changing. One thing today, and 2 years down the track, it's going to be something else, or a year down the track, or 6 months down the track. And when you're working on projects, different technologies are being used. So to have that mindset of, I'm not going to know it all, but I know that I can learn it as you go.
Yes.
Yeah.
You got it right.
Oh, I've got a question here, Brian, from Sankalpa. Do you have a mentor assigned to you to guide you during the process?
Yes.
Oh, right. Thank you for that question. Yeah, Brian did say yes. So, Sankalpa, you do have a mentor assigned to you to go through the process when you're onboarding, and then also when you're into the advanced tasks, because there are steps, as you can imagine. People have to get used to the technologies that MVP Studio are working within their commercial scale projects. And so once that's all done, you're onboarding, then you get advanced tasks and you move up kind of thing, just like that. Like there's levels as you go through into your internship. So I hope that answered your question, Sankalpa. Thank you for your question. Okay. Any other questions, anyone out there? Have you got any questions? Please click on the streamyard.com/Facebook link in the comments, and then we'll be able to see your questions. Okay. And you only have to do that once. If you come back in on another live, you don't have to do it again. Okay. Wonderful. So what are you on today with your onboarding?
Oh, right. Yes. Figuring out Entity Framework Core and how, especially on data annotations. Yeah, these are actually data annotations and how Fluent API works, and not just that. Reading up more about the different types of relationships between objects and database programming.
Wow, good on you. So you've got a good day ahead of you.
Yep.
And that's well, you've only got about a week or so to go before you complete all your onboarding. So well done. And you're going to be moving over into those advanced tasks. So that's awesome. Awesome to hear. And so I don't know if I told everyone, Brian actually is in Malaysia. And Brian is our first person from Malaysia that joined us. So he's enjoying the journey as he's growing and learning and applying all his knowledge. So everyone, we're going to say goodbye. But if you're looking at changing your career, or you're interested in one of our Job Ready programs, our Job Ready programs are software developer, test analyst, and business intelligence data analyst Job Ready programs. Please just shoot over to our website, industryconnect.org. That's industryconnect.org, and pop on there, register your interest in that program, and then one of the team at Industry Connect will be in touch with you to have a bit of a chat. Okay. Our next intake is on the 27th of July. That's the 27th of July. So that's next Monday, everyone. So if you're interested, please jump over there, register your interest, or if you're watching, you've already registered, please just give us a call on our 0800 numbers in New Zealand, or flick us an email, info@industryconnect.org, info@industryconnect.org, and one of the team will be in touch with you. I just want to tell you as well, if you are a student out there, you are studying currently, okay, currently studying, or you have graduated in the last 6 months, we have put together a student package for you. So it's if you're a student studying currently or have you graduated 6 months ago, anything over that, we can't offer you the student package. But if you're in that category and you've registered before or you're interested in one of our programs, please apply, or like I said, email us at info@industryconnect.org and we can have a chat to you about exactly what that package looks like. Okay? Brian, thank you so much for your time and getting up early and talking to us over there
Thanks,
in
Carla.
Malaysia. Have a wonderful rest of your day.
All right, you too.
Okay. And thanks everyone for joining us. And if you're watching this replay, comment #replay. If you've got questions, please put your questions in the replay as well. And one of the team will answer those questions as well. See you next time, everyone.
All right, see you, everyone.
Bye, Brian.
Bye, Carla.